This exciting episode of Looked At will begin after this important word from our sponsor.
You know, after a long night out and a long time sleeping, nothing can help you wake up like a great big bowl of Pappy Jacks. Yeah, Pappy Jacks. They're sugar frosted marshmallows with sugar frosted cereal bits, and they'll get you moving for the rest of the day. Yep. Sugar frosted Pappy Jacks are as good in your mouth as they are on the ground. Oh, look. I got a prize.
Get some sugar frosted Pappy Jacks today. Here I am.
Got to get it, Papa. Look that, but wait. As I'm walking, you're gonna see something pop out from behind it. Oh, and there it is. It's popping out. Not too fast, but I can't walk that fast. Look that. Yep. Almost side by side. They're pretty close. But look that. We're gonna go look at the bottom of them. Yeah. Look that.
And then I'll have to take you to sick bay and we'll have to take Saturday.
See what's in there. And look in there. You wouldn't want to be standing under this when it goes off, by the way. That's not a good plan. And there's an engine they're not using at the moment. And it's on a little dolly thing so you can roll it around. But you cannot climb on it. As much as I wanted to, I'm gonna heed the warning and not climb on it because it'd probably make me leave. But yeah, they got this one, and then right across the road here they got another one. Look that. That's a Saturn engine. That's pretty big. I bet you if you could put that on, mount that on the back of a pickup truck, it would go fast. Oh, and everybody'd say, look that! And then you pass by. And they have all kind of exciting fun rides for kids here. And but some of these things you can't ride on, but you can look at, like the big helicopter right there. And there's a big nose cone off of something right in front of me. And there's another helicopter, and there's some rockets and some missiles and all kind of stuff over here. All kind of stuff to see. But you see that tower ting right there? That's one of the things they put kids on there and they shoot them up to the top and they make them fly all over. Because it's fun. But look, that's a massive machine there. That's a Chinook. And that one used to belong to the Army. Well, I guess maybe it still does. But it's over here on display now. Well, that's pretty big. And here's some other rocket pieces, parts. One of these might even be the kind where they did the monkey knots on. That's an Atlas rocket. Yeah.
It's not even that high. I mean, why would it be that high? It's not even that high.
And believe it or not, here I am on the surface of the moon. And you can tell because the lunar lander is sitting there and the little flag. It's permanently waving in the non-existent breeze of the moon. And that's what's in the middle here. But oh man, they're getting ready. They're gonna launch some kids up in that thing over there. And it goes way up. It's almost as tall as a Saturn rocket next to it. That's what that is. And there's a lot of kids that are gonna be launching today. Bye. There's a little missile system. This is uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, they're gonna launch them kids up. Look at the missiles while they do this. It's the torture device. I mean the training device. It's a training system. Strictly for training. It's not gonna torture them at all. Holy smokers! Suffering frijoles. Look at that! Listen to the cries of joy. They're having so much fun. Yes, it's a lung capacity tester to see how loud they can scream. And meanwhile, in the shadow of all the screams and terror, we got this. And you can see the doors on these machines are pretty secure. And so you can't just jump in and take off. But look those. You see those little circles? That's where the missiles pop out. And they can point that all over the place and rotate it around and stuff. And there's a few more rockets in the back over here. But I'm headed into this place. Let's go see what's in there, us. And there's another view of the Saturn V. And look, that's a little bit older than even the Saturn V. But that was an unmanned plane right there. Because you see there's nobody in it. So right now it's unmanned. But it's not robot controlled. Because they didn't have robots yet when they made that. But let's keep going. And going up these circular stairs, I'm getting all dizzy again. And this was actually Alabama's early start in aviation. See, even I can read sometimes. But look at that. It's from 1908. That's over 100 years when that plane was designed. But right around the corner, you come to this. The Saturn V Hall. And look at that. That's the real deal sitting in here all covered up inside. Well, that's pretty cool. And this is a very big building. Way back when I went to the NASA in Houston, we saw a different Saturn V setup indoors, kind of like this. You had to go on a tram to get there though. This one I could just walk to. Jumping Jiminy. This is a one you can actually get in if you're brave enough. But you got all the controls there. I'm looking at it sideways because really you should be looking at it like this. Look at that! Well, a while back I got to see Sam Walton's office at the Walmart Museum, but look in here. This is Von Braun's office. And there's a slide rule.
I don't see another one, Ava.
They used to use an actual slide rule, not a calculator. No computer. Well, some computer, but not like what we know. But this is like it's always a lot of reflections and stuff. But in general, you can tell. Look, there's this briefcase with all kind of secret NASA documents in it, and his model collection. Well, that's pretty cool. He didn't leave magazines on the floor like Sam Walton did. And this is cool. They got all kinds of things from different programs that they're working on, including the Mercury project. That's before we went to the moon. They were just figuring out how to get people into space. And this is a little simulator. It's like a fake capsule, but it had all the real controls like in it, so you could practice. You stick you in there and make you practice all day until you were sleepy, and then they take you out and you could go have a nap. And it's in the background. You can still see the big Saturn. And now I'm on the wrong side because I can't see inside the hatch, but we can see inside this one. See the little door up there behind the giant finger? Now, look at this. See the little window? Oh, look at that. Hey there, partner. Where are you going? Yep. And this one's clear. They didn't really have a clear door on the real one, by the way, in case you were getting confused. It confused me for a long time. But, you know, I have an excuse for that. Jumping Gemini, here we are. This is a trainer. It's a fake capsule built just to practice getting in and out of it. See, that's what it means, ingress and egress. That's what that means. It means getting in and out. And they also have a Gemini mission simulator. And see, it's another fake one. It's even the outside of it's the same size and all, and the doors on it and everything are okay. But it's just to practice being in space, being on a mission, doing all the things they tell you gotta do. So that's pretty cool. Oh, and look over here. Here's some stuff. Oh, it's a handheld maneuvering gun. It was a little thing and it had them pipes on it, and you'd hold that when you were flying around out in space, when you got out your space capsule, and you could use that to make you fly around. The G.I. Joe astronaut had one of those. And they got some biblical cables. And look, some cool shoes. Some real life space shoes and stuff. And the helmet. But the center is pretty cool because you can see there's a million kids running around on, you know, field trips and tours and groups and stuff like that, and they have tons of stuff for them to do and see that explains not just what the rockets are, but what it takes to make one, and from the very beginning, testing and trials and practice and all kind of stuff. And just so they know, if like you ever get into this kind of thing, you can expect to spend a lot of time working on it. Oh, and look that. Y'all remember Skylab? Skylab was like I believe the first space station. Way back. Not way back. Way back for some people. But it basically... Oh, look, there's a weird guy looking at us. Look at him. He's pointing his giant finger at us. But this is a tank fragment. Because eventually they quit using it, and it came down and crashed into Australia, and I think parts of it went in the water too. But yeah, see, look at that. That's where it hit. Most of it fell in the ocean, but a few pieces hit Australia, much to their chagrin. But it's okay, because we got some pieces back. That was an oxygen tank fragment, by the way. And here's some of the Skylab stuff. A lot of people don't even remember Skylab. That was pretty cool back in the day. And this little Airstream here, this is the quarantine facility. Because back in ancient times, the last century, they would get nervous about the astronauts coming back, and so they didn't want them being around people, so they'd stick them in a Airstream camper until it was decided they were okay to come out. So there you go. And look, these are some lunar rover replicas. They're not the actual ones because they're on the moon. So don't get too excited. They were replicas, but they look just like them, and you could ride around on them to train and stuff. Look at that. Now, I don't see cup holders or anything like that, but that's okay. But there's the lunar lander, a replica. Oh, and look at that. It's a giant watch. Look at that. Wait, is it? No, I'm not gonna say anything because the time is not correct, but that's all I must say. But it's a giant watch, and that's all I care about. And look up here. That's the tip top of the Saturn V. Look at that, y'all. And that's the capsule where they'd stick the astronauts inside. And it keeps going and going and going and going and going all the way past the giant finger. And there's a heap big reflections on here, but inside this glass box thing is the Apollo 16 command module. This one actually did go to space and came back, and there it is. And you can see it had a lot of windows. I never remember them having windows on the side like that, but that comes in handy. And look, them little things, they had rockets in there so they could steer it. And now you can see inside if I make a shadow. And you can see three guys had to sit in there, all comfy and friendly, because there wasn't a lot of room. And that's the inside of the door. If you think you could just open the door, you grab the handle and yank that and open that. It's like, well, it's a little more complicated than that, because it had to be able to go in space. And that's a simplified, simpleton explanation. And now, here's a real live Apollo 12 moon rock that was brought back by the astronauts of Apollo 12. Look at that! That's a look that exclusive, almost. Not really, but kind of. Anybody can come see it. But right now, look at that, it's exclusive. And that's the bottom of the capsule there. See, a little worse for wear, but they got them back. Yeah, one thing, I don't know if y'all can see too much, but a lot of the kids running around have a piece of paper and a pencil, because part of their visits, they can do a scavenger hunt. So it's a whole big list of things, and they have to run around and find the stuff in the exhibits. And I don't know if they win a prize or something, but they have fun doing it, because they're all running around checking off stuff on their pieces of paper there for their scavenger hunt. Yeah, you know, with all the genuine space vending machines and stuff, and there actually is a precedent to this. It's like they did have Coca-Cola space cans, but one thing I haven't seen here that I think is sadly omitted is space food sticks that were available back in the late 60s, I believe. Yes, you could get genuine space food sticks, and they were quite delicious. I used to keep some under my pillow until they mutated into something inedible. But yeah, that's something we'll have to talk to them and see if they can get some space food sticks for display. Well, that was certainly eye-opening. and exciting. And yeah, this place, if you've never been here in Huntsville, Alabama, they got just a ton of stuff. It's amazing how much they have here. I just had no idea. And it's so kid oriented that if you got kids and want to teach them, show them about space stuff and the space program and astronauts and space cadets like me, you can bring them here and learn them good. But anyway, that's cool.
Check back soon for more Looked At.